The scarcity mindset has really been a struggle of mine, and when I talk about it, it almost hits this part of my soul that is ancestral. I heard his voice in my head so loud, and he said, "Oh, I am." Like when he passed, I was like, "Who, like who do I
really sees me?"
Yeah, I'm like, who sees me, and who do I actually feel safe with? But that was what really initiated that clear communication. They're always with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the caveat is we don't always feel them with us, and they are always with us.
Hello, and welcome back to the Trauma Flavored Chapters. I'm Serenity, and this is a place where I share my past and present chapters with you completely unfiltered. There are no filters here. It is to create pure connection and healing. Today is actually not about me. Today is a guest episode with my friend, and she is just such a well of knowledge. She is an astrologer, and she is a psychic. I am beyond excited to have her on today. We're also going to give you ways to exit scarcity mindset, and we will also be giving you a list of ways to connect with your loved one after they have passed. So please stay tuned till the end. And also, before we hop right in, I wanted to comment on my wand here if you are watching. I have decided to keep the wands. If you're like first time here and you're like, okay, cool. But the last few episodes, I've had the wands, and I feel like they're just so fun, but I'm keeping them until I get my new mic set up. If you are like, keep the wands forever, please comment down below or let me know if you're like, please keep them forever. But anyways, ADD moment. But we're just gonna hop right into today. So please welcome my friend Jaclyn. Hello, and welcome back to the Trauma Flavored Chapters. Today is a guest episode with my friend Jaclyn.
Hi, everybody.
I'm so excited to have her here. Oh my god. She was one of the guests that I was on my list of like, she has to be on. Everyone has to know her. And she has been one of my biggest supporters for the podcast. And she is just magical, amazing. And I'm so happy for you to get to know her today. So.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Of course.
I love you. I'm so proud of you and
Thank
so
you.
excited to be here. I've known you for almost 8 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We moved to Maui at the same time you moved here in 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
That was when we moved here. Yeah, right when I moved here, Serenity was one of my first friends on Maui, and kind of went on our separate journeys for a little bit, but then circled back.
We reconnected, like, I don't know how long ago.
Maybe 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago. I think
Is it? I don't know. Time is so weird.
So. I'm really bad with time. I'm one of those people, I'm like, you know, like that thing that happened last week, and people are like, that's 6 months ago. And I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we met each other in a little hippie shop in a town here called Paia, and we worked together, and then I think we both ended up quitting or something, and then yeah
that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, we quit, and then we just went on our own separate journeys for a bit, and then came back together. And I think we can talk a little bit more about that later, of like why we reconnected later.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah, I think it was a really
2020 happened after that, so that kind of explains it.
Yeah, we were like, peace out for a bit. We'll come back to you later.
Yeah, okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
But I feel like we've always had like a very present friendship, and like I don't even think I really know much about your past, or like much even in general about you.
Yeah, that's actually totally fair.
But I feel like
there's a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You've lived a lot first and foremost from the time we met up until this point.
Yeah, we met in a very crucial times of both of our lives.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think we were both like, okay, we're gonna like hold on here and like figure our lives out.
Yeah, well, Maui like had its way with me.
Yeah, Maui is like a big place of like, it'll chew you up and spit you out, or it'll be like, okay, let me nurture you, let me help you. And it's like, even in those ways, it's difficult sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, it was a lot.
It was like loving, but it was like, holy.
It's like kind of like a mother's love or a grandma's love. It's like kind of intense.
It's intense, yeah.
You're like, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, but
you're like, enough already?
I'm not really sure if I like it.
I don't like the heavy. It's like a cat when you pet a cat like really heavy. It's like, I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, for real. They know what's up.
Yeah, but it was definitely a lot when we first knew each other, but I'm happy that you're my friend now, and
Oh, me
that's like
too.
you're one of my spiritual besties, and it's so nice to have like a spiritually awake person in my life, and just
Likewise.
like to have someone to like deeply, deeply connect with, and I think that's
Mm.
like so important,
Yeah.
and I don't think a lot of people have that all the time, so I feel very lucky.
Oh, I feel the same way. It's mutual.
I love our little dinner dates and all
We
the things.
have
We're
such
having
cute.
like a little podcast date now, our first pod date.
It's a pod
It's
date.
a
Oops,
pod
sorry, I
date.
stabbed you
No,
with
it's
my
okay.
nail.
I stabbed myself. I stabbed myself in the nose earlier. Like really, I was driving and I like completely missed my face and like
Girl.
went straight up my nose. I was like, oh
Ow.
my god. Anyways,
These
just
things are dangerous.
these are I love these things so much. But what are some things that they should know about you before we hop into all like the nitty gritty?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Jaclyn. Some of you out there might know me as Joy. I also go by another name, Astrologer Babe.
Yes.
I've been a little bit of a astrologer for the past, I guess, like 5 years
I
as
love
a
how you say a
serious.
little bit. That's so like modest. You're just like a little bit of like
A
astrologer.
little bit
As
like
you're
an
like a
astrologer.
complete badass astrologer.
Oh, thank you. I've been studying and very passionate about astrology for the past 5 years, but it was beyond that. Like the study of astrology started when I was very young. My mom had astrology books laying around
I love that.
and psychic books, and she took me to my first psychic.
Oh my god, that's so cool as a mom.
She's a cool mom. She's a psychic mom for sure.
Oh, I love a psychic mom. I love a
Yeah.
mom that's like open about that stuff and that's also like open to expressing that to their kids and like putting them in that realm. Because I
Yeah.
think that's so important to
Yeah.
like nurture those like intuitive gifts at a young age.
Yeah, she really did that for me. So shout out, mom.
Shout out, mom. We
Thanks for
love
your
you.
help.
What's your mom's name?
Joanne.
Joanne.
Shout out, Joanne.
Shout out, Joanne. Hi, Joanne.
If you end up watching this, which she
Love-
might, she
love
very
Joanne.
well, she very well might.
Oh my god. Hi, Joanne. Nice to meet you.
Exactly. She's a Gemini too, actually.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, your whole family's little Gemini.
whole
Oh my
family
god.
it's
Imagine
crazy.
all four of us in a room.
Oh my god, no, it's too much.
You're-
It's honestly too much.
It's like all you hear is like, you know, when you hear like the sound of a crowd of music or like the background in a movie, it's like
yes, exactly. It's like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a barrel of birds.
Oh yeah, we're just like
It's literally like a circus.
I love that.
But I digress. But yes, I'm an astrologer. I love the psychic arts, and that's what I've been really passionate about the past few years.
I love it. I love it so much. I feel
Thanks.
like you're just such a big person, like learn from those things, and
thank
it's just
you.
like I've been wanting to like learn more about it. I feel like I always like touch base with you and I'm like da da da, and then I like leave and then I come back and it's like
It's good. You know, you cycle in with the people, and you get the information that you need when you need it. Usually,
that's a
that's
good
the way
point.
that's the way I look at it.
That's I take everything like with
Yeah.
a grain of salt or whatever you need.
Yeah,
and
because
then go.
that's how we reconnected. You were like, "Hey, I want to learn more about astrology, but also
But
all this
also-
psychic shit's
and
been
psychic
happening."
and like intuitive gifts
Yeah.
and like learning about those things and like I feel like you're such like a well of knowledge and you have like
you.
it's like a natural basis for you. It's not
Yeah.
like because I feel like there's so many like astrologers or like psychics that are like I'm a psychic and you're just like
Well, yeah, like I guess
it's like a whole identity thing.
in a way, I definitely I feel the cringeworthiness
Yeah.
of the state of things with regards to astrology and psychic stuff.
Mhm.
I definitely like have had my moments of
You're
like,
like-
I'm actually really upset about this, but
Yeah.
also at the same token too, I am happy for the collective that
Yeah.
everybody's been feeling inspired to like step into some sort
Yes.
of whether it's self-education or
Yes.
empowerment in some way to be a social media influencer.
Mhm. It's like
Um,
at least you're touching into that power no matter what. But I think it's
Yeah.
just like some people
I think the
give it a
collective- yeah,
bad rep.
exactly.
But I don't think I don't think everyone does. But I think
Right.
it's like so funny. Like societally, there's like so many like I love comedy, but there's so many jokes about just being like. What serious sign? And then you're like, I don't like you're Capricorn, and like
There
whatever.
are-
It's like there's
Yeah.
definitely those moments, but it's like if you're actually into astrology, you're like, there's actually 3 signs that make up a person, or like whatever.
It's so true.
But there's those girls out there, or whoever that it's just like you're like, can you not give them a bad rep?
Yeah. People can be put into boxes a little too frequently based
Yeah.
on the signs for sure, especially with like old school writers, like people who write from that perspective of if you're a Gemini, this and this
Yeah.
and nothing beyond that. Those are the moments where I've gotten to a place on Instagram where I've been like, actually this is
You're
really
like, this is
old
Not
news.
right. You're like,
And there's so much more to it, right?
yeah.
And
there's a
so
lot.
many different kinds of astrology too, which is really
Yeah,
awesome.
I've been getting into like human design and
Mhm.
like I didn't even know that was like kind of a part of everything and
Yeah.
like there's also like I forgot what it's called. It's like it's kind of like astrology, but it's with numbers, and it's like if you're a 1 or a 2 or whatever. And
Talking like numerology
numerology, I forget.
or I Ching.
I
Is it
have
like
no
the I
idea.
Ching?
I talked to somebody about it, but it was
Or
like
maybe it's like cards of destiny. It could be a combination.
something like that. It was really interesting. It's pretty much astrology, and you like add up these numbers based off of certain things, and then it's like what number you are.
Okay,
and it's like whether. And I was like, whoa, it's kind of like astrology, but like not. It's
interesting. Yeah, because I mean, technically, the planets correlate with a number and the days of the week and months. So you can get really deep down.
I feel like you can like
really
get in there. I got into like birth charts and stuff like that, and I was like, why did I never know about this? And I was like, where have I been my whole life?
Well, you didn't know about it then, because now you know about it.
I now need
during
it now.
a time when you need it now. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
I was like, what's going on right now?
Yeah, you're like, help me.
Where am I in my life? I was like, what the fuck?
I need answers. Yeah, and I think that's what it's about. Is like people are looking for answers.
That's true. I feel like some people can get a little lost in the sauce, but I feel like people can get lost in the sauce in, you can say religion, you can say all these different things. Totally. I think it's a healthy amount of curiosity that is needed.
Yes, absolutely.
And because I feel like people are wanting answers and are wanting these things, and it's like, just be cautious. It's like, you don't like be cautious, but like look for the answers, but not too deep, because I feel like you can get lost in it.
Absolutely, you can get lost in the dogmaticness.
Yes,
of astrology, like it's a religion.
Yeah, and it gets like a little. I always say I don't like extremes of like any kind, and it's like when I talk about extremes of any kind, I mean it's like not only you're like, oh, I'm interested in this, and then you're like, this is me, this is everything I will ever be, and you're like, oh my god, and then you're like forcing it on other people, and you're like, calm down.
It's very Gemini of you to look at both sides of things.
You're like that makes sense.
That makes sense. That adds up. But also, like, to be extremists, like, I'm sure there are other parts of your chart.
Yeah.
That, well, I mean, like, cults are kind of a big deal right now.
Yeah, cults are very extreme. I think that would be the definition of extreme.
Yeah. So, I mean, astrology it's kind of a cult right now.
That makes sense. Yeah, people are like, let's just, like, look way too deep in
this. Like, my astrology is better than your astrology.
You're like, all right, that's literally how religion is. I was like, my religion is better than yours, and I'm like, why can't you just like do your own thing?
I think we've plateaued. I think we've reached that part.
It sucks because like I have always seen with religion or in any manner, it's like think about how we have different languages for things. I think religion is different languages for people and their beliefs.
Oh yeah,
totally. And it's like. So that's like saying, I feel like when you say religion or whatever, your God is wrong or this astrology is wrong. It's like, it's pretty much saying like you speaking Spanish is wrong. Like I think that's crazy. It's like, or you're speaking like German. You speak German, that's wrong. And you're like, no, that's literally my first language.
Right. And isn't it interesting though, because I mean the war. I'm saying the war. The world is at war with itself in every regard in that way. Right now. And
it's hard.
I think certain cultures are more accepting of others with different kinds of languages.
Yeah.
You know, differences of culture and wherever they go.
Oh yeah, that's like a whole whole world thing. Yeah.
But there is it's a spiritual war, maybe a physical war.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in the world, but I feel like I have sidetracked so far.
No, this is great.
I feel like my ADD is taking it.
These are
world war.
These are great conversations. Where do you want to go next, Chief?
I was like, because I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna go down such a deep wormhole, and I already know it. Yeah, we're gonna go there, guys. So come for the ride.
Feel free to take the reins.
I was like,
Chief.
where are we going?
You're the conductor.
I did with my mom. Okay. Anyways,
that was a nice high note.
Thank you. Thank you. I've never been a singer, but I've always wanted to be.
Oh,
girl. But I wanted to get into what is a chapter you have struggled with specifically, because this is a trauma flavored chapter. We're gonna go on every fucking direction here. We're gonna talk about spirituality. We're gonna talk about astrology. We're gonna talk about probably death. We're gonna talk about a lot of things today.
I mean, we're gonna cover all the chapters.
We're gonna cover all of them, but I wanted to start here before we get distracted.
Yes, this is a very vulnerable question.
Yes.
But I am happy that you're bringing it up, because I was actually thinking about on my way up here, one of the things that I struggle with till this day, but I have struggled with, especially probably since moving to Maui, is the idea of scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
I didn't even say it correctly. Scarcity mindset.
It's that scary. That's why.
It's that scary. It's so scary I can't even speak it.
I can't even speak it. It's like the don't say it's
yes,
me.
I know.
Don't say
It's Voldemort.
It's Voldemort. That's who
I
it
know,
was. That's
it
who
is exactly.
you read my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, it's Voldemort.
But yeah, so scarcity mindset has really been a struggle of mine, and when I talk about it, it almost hits this part of my soul that is ancestral, that feels generational. Where maybe my ancestors, whether it be my great grandparents that went through the Great Depression, or my own parents that had their own struggles with raising children and having their own monetary needs, these belief systems, I'm definitely aware.
Yeah, they're ingrained.
They are ingrained in.
You're like, this is here, and
yeah.
it's like you think about ancestry and things that are passed down for our survival. Like think of like allergies. Like you're allergic to like certain things, and it's like passed down to protect you.
Right.
And I feel like scarcity is like a big thing that's usually passed down. I've experienced it plenty of times, and I definitely, it's like such a big step. It's like, okay, it stops here with me.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't say that it's something that has been completely resolved.
Yeah.
But it's certainly improved through time as I've been living here, and it's been based on a few different factors that I've come to this place of being a little bit better with scarcity mindset.
You're like,
it's hard to speak.
Well, I feel like it's hard to like. I feel like people think about healing as like, okay, I've dealt with the scarcity, it's done now, and you're like,
I like
no.
I like want it from an astrologer's perspective. My Virgo moon like wants it to go away.
Yeah.
Like wants life to be perfect. Wants to
Is
have
that a Virgo thing? Because that's literally like
it's a Virgo thing. It could also be
I feel like it's getting called out.
It could be sorry.
No. I feel like because that's like I want everything to be perfect. Like I want things. I want to heal, and then I want to move on, and then I want to be perfect.
Exactly. I want everything in a cute little box with a bow.
Oh my god! And it needs to be like a clean bow.
Yeah.
And it needs to like look all pristine.
And if my mom is watching right now, like my mom always says that I was always freakishly neat growing up. I'm a bit of a minimalist. I like things in their place.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Like I have these tendencies that not only are natural within my personality, but also were garnered from the way I was raised and stuff like that. But even recently, like I've gone through a different path on this journey through Maui. One of those experiences was first and foremost during 2020, actually.
Yeah.
That really brought out this limiting belief of scarcity mindset, because it was like I quit my job because I didn't want to wear the mask. And it was only because I was working. I was like farming outside in the heat. Oh. And I didn't want to work.
I'm hot.
I'm like, I'm not going to work.
For the people that might not know what scarcity mindset is or what scarcity feels like, could you elaborate on that? Or for you personally?
Yeah, I think for me, like what scarcity mindset feels like is like I don't have enough, maybe monetarily. That's actually what it is based in for me. I don't have enough. The idea was I don't have enough monetarily, so because I am poor, this was my limiting belief. Because I am poor, then I must not be valuable or worthy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that just hit me so hard.
Yeah,
like,
it's so deep.
That's yeah.
So
yeah,
it was so deep, and like maybe this will resonate for many people out there because it's so raw and vulnerable. I was in this space and time where like I would save up enough money to travel home to see my family, and the reflection that I would get back, or at least the one that I was creating for myself, right? Because it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
My family would be like, why aren't you in the place that you should be financially? And also vice versa, I was putting that pressure on myself. So it'd be
it's like a double.
It was like a double-edged sword where like I would travel home with like all the money that I had, and then they'd be like, why aren't you more successful?
Why isn't it enough?
And I'd be like, this is fucked.
You're like, what the hell? You're like, I really just put all this like effort in, and they're like, it's not enough.
Yeah, they're like
do better.
Yeah, exactly. And that is such a deep rabbit hole to go down, right?
Yeah.
The family aspect. We all have different things we're working out with our family lineages.
Yeah.
One of them for me is this one. And taking the step to move out to Maui at all was kind of touching this wound, where it was like I decided that I was going to move to Maui by myself. I decided I was going to break up a marriage and leave my whole family behind. So there's a
Oh
lot.
my god.
There's
You're
a
like
lot.
you're like there's actually a lot
There's
in
actually
here.
an entire book that.
You said that's another episode.
Yeah, this is. I'm like, I don't think we have time for this.
You're like, but we should definitely do like another episode.
We certainly can dive
sorry.
deeper on some of these things I'm sharing. But yeah, like a lot of people don't know my past. And so to unlock that door, I'm like, oh yeah, surprise.
You're like, oh yeah, you're like, ooh, my deepest, darkest wound. Here
By
you
the
go.
way, I not only is this my deepest, darkest wound, but I've also experienced a heck of a lot. So
Yeah.
that was like the initial moment, and what we were kind of touching in earlier about that time in 2020, like when I got to that low point, I can distinctly remember I was staying with my grandmother where I felt safest because I wasn't staying with my parents at the time.
Yeah.
And I really had a special connection with my grandpa, who passed away a few years before I moved out to Maui. And so he was always really encouraging me to follow my heart. He was always really supportive. And so I found myself not only feeling like worthless traveling home during this time, but I was in my grandfather's library, like scream crying at him. Oh. And I was like, why aren't you helping me?
You're like, where are you?
I was like, this sucks.
You're like, I literally feel like so lost.
Yeah.
And like, you're so deep in like the scarcity and like the worth. Because I feel like scarcity is mainly wrapped up within your worth.
It's raining.
It's raining. It's like refreshing.
It's
like
nature.
I'm like, I love like our little tin roof moment. I don't think they can hear it, but it's like we have our little like ambiance.
Serenity's spot is, she's got this unlocked.
Thank you.
This is so clutch.
I love when people are on my guest episodes here and they're like, "This is nice.
This is cozy
vibes."
Because
I want you guys. I want you to feel like it's cozy and like comfortable and like safe to be like, "Here's my deepest wounds. Like here you go," and like feel open enough to like share them.
You're doing it. I feel super cozy and safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, to circle back, I was having this really raw moment trying to communicate with my grandfather who'd passed away, and it wasn't until I exited out of that like deep angst and depression where I started to recognize the signs, and that's how spirit communicates with me, where like my grandfather would send me an owl because we connected over the owl, or he would send me different kinds of signs as part of my journey in connecting with him on the other side. Because when he initially passed away, I was actually meditating in a yoga class, and I asked him, I said something to him in my mind where I was like, "Hey grandpa, like, I'm sorry." I was like, "I hope that you're in a better place." And like within a like split second, I heard his voice in my head so loud, and he said, "Oh, I am."
Oh.
And my eyes
You're like,
and my eyes shot open, and I was sitting in this meditation class, and I was like, sweet. And
you're like, "Oh, hello." You're like, "Grandpa?"
I had been having a lot of connectivity with spirits from the other side before my grandfather had passed, but that was what really initiated that clear communication.
Like ignited that path of it. That's
it really
amazing.
ignited it.
Well, I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on when you said that you had your like breakdown moment of like wanting to connect with him so bad, and you're like, "Please, like, come on, like, where are you? Why aren't you here?" And I talked about it a little bit in past episodes of like that's such a big moment for especially people that are going through loss and grief and are just like wanting that connection so bad.
Yeah.
And it's just like hard because they want to connect with you.
Yeah. I think we all are just craving some kind of proof that we're not alone in this life. And I think like for whatever reason, we're all very individualistic on the planet at this time. And I think we're just searching for that comfort and safety from those that we feel have really seen us before.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, because like he was one of the few family members. Shout out to my family if you're out there and watching this.
You're like, we're not shady.
You're cool.
We love you.
I love you. But yeah, like my grandfather was one of those people that like when he passed, I was like, who
really sees me?
Yeah, I'm like, who sees me and who do I actually feel safe with? And so it brought up a lot.
It's hard because it's like, I was just talking to someone else about this, and they're going through loss, and it's like, the hardest part is like learning who you are without them physically here. And it's like, who am I without being seen
Yeah.
by you physically?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's the hardest part about bridging the gap between them passing
Yeah.
into the spiritual realm.
For sure. I think the cliche of what people always say about spirits in connection with us when they pass is that they're always with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the caveat is we don't always feel them with us. And they
Yep.
are always with us.
Oh, it's the hardest part.
But that was when I started to really play with that energy.
Yeah.
I started to get more creative on the ways in which I was asking him to communicate with me. So our communication got even deeper when I moved to Maui.
Oh.
Because it was like I continue to have those come to Jesus moments, essentially.
You're like,
where I was like, I am so alone. I feel
Yeah.
so alone. And like I can remember even maybe a couple years later being on Maui, maybe around that time in 2020 when I was like sitting in someone's lawn. It's oftentimes when I'm in nature where I get the loudest messages.
Yes, same
You
here.
notice
Same
that?
here. Oh yeah, I think the loudest messages have been when I'm like in EO or like by a river, by water,
Yes, exactly.
meditating, being quiet.
Yeah.
Like
They really, like, from my understanding and my practices of communicating with those from the other side, they love to communicate with us on that frequency of joy. That is where they live. So it's almost like when we stoop, not to say that we're stooping lower to a lower vibration per se, and that's a bad thing, but that like
well, when you're in the grief,
Yeah.
from my understanding too, because we've talked about this before, like
Yeah.
off camera, it's like when you're so deep in grief or deeply, like, even think about when someone is not, like, think about just me and you sitting here and I'm
Yeah.
just screaming and crying, or just so sad, and you're like, hey, but and I'm like, can't even absorb what you're saying.
right, like if there isn't an openness.
If there's no openness, and it's not that you don't want it, because if you're sitting next to somebody and you're expressing your feelings and you want to be heard, you want to be seen, you want them to hear you, but are you open enough to hear what they have to say?
Yeah, for sure, exactly. Like, are you at the layer, the level yet
Yeah.
to be able to receive?
Because you have to be in a certain period of time, sometimes in your journey or even in your life with just your friends, to
Yeah.
be able to hear, sometimes say the hard message.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes like you're doing random shit in your life and you're like, friends, like, what are you doing? Like, you sometimes need that person to be like, what the fuck are you doing
Yeah,
with your
exactly.
life?
Like, what
are you doing? Or
Exactly.
even just a message of like, because I feel like when we're talking about scarcity and self-worth too, when you have such a negative self-belief or self-worth, no matter what a friend says or no matter what another person says, it doesn't feel true unless you are able to rewire that within yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But to sometimes even just be like, someone's like, you're so beautiful, like, you're so worthy, and to be open enough
Yeah.
to hear that, I think
Yeah.
that's the same way how spirits work.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think exactly what you're saying. Like, it comes to being open to receive and then also like integrating it, embodying it.
That takes time too.
Yeah.
That takes patience.
That takes time and
I was
patience.
like, I've only been able to connect with my
Yeah.
mom on a few times and
Yeah.
be really present within it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like you're still, we cycle back to those places. And I told you earlier, I was like cycling back to that place of it just came out of the blue, this like scarcity mindset. And meanwhile, like I'm in a different zone now. I'm in a different place. I've learned to stand in my power a bit more, valuing myself more. But it took time.
Yeah,
It takes time
It
to
takes
continue to get stronger.
Which is hard. Which is like the
Yeah.
hardest part, is being able to take time and be able to like be patient with yourself, to like know that you're worth it, and know that like
Yes.
you're worth the abundance, you're worth people's time, you're worth the love, you're worth all these
Yeah.
things. And I feel like self-worth is probably one of the harder things to learn.
It can be. Also because like if you get to a certain place of that self-love and self-worth, then you're almost like battling a different kind of energy.
What do you mean?
Well, sometimes, at least from my experience, like now that I'm like getting into that place of power more so than I feel than I have in the past, then it's like I'm receiving different layers of experiences.
Oh, it's the up leveling.
Yes.
you're like, ah, yes, like I've learned this part, and then the universe is like,
Yeah, the universe is like, are you ready for your next battle?
and you're like a Pokemon out of a ball. You're like, go.
Yeah, exactly.
The universe is like, how about this? And you're like, I thought I learned the lesson.
Yeah, it's like, did you learn? Like, do you remember
learn
how
this level
valuable?
of it?
Yeah, exactly. Did you remember how valuable you are and how worthy you are? So yeah, exactly like a Pokemon.
I love the self-help goes into Pokemon.
Yeah, well.
Totally like, you're a Pokemon, duh.
Yeah, well, hello, you're in your next stage of evolution.
Yeah, you're gonna be like
Yeah.
a
Charmander.
Yeah, Charmander. Duh, you're not a Charizard yet, but you're almost there.
Exactly,
You're almost there. You have to
somewhere
level
in
up.
between.
You're
yeah.
in between. You're like almost about to hit that level, but it's definitely being able to integrate those things because it just takes time. It just takes fucking time.
It does, yeah. So like learning to be gentle with myself, learning to forgive myself, especially in the moments where I feel like levels of shame or vulnerability, things like that.
Yeah,
Being
those are
human.
hard. Ew.
Ew.
Ew. No, I'm just kidding.
Being alien human.
Being alien human, it's hard. It's hard to definitely be here and experiencing like both. I think the hardest thing, especially, I know you understand this, of knowing that you are a soul, that you are like this powerful entity,
yeah.
but you're also human.
Yeah, like a soul in a body.
Yeah.
Learning, I think that those actually have been the biggest lessons is like, are you going to enjoy, are you going to come into the body? Because there's been a lot of wanting to escape for me personally through the traumas I've experienced.
I relate to that.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
You're like,
yeah, so I feel a lot of gratitude like to be sitting here with you right now, to be in a beautiful headspace where I can make peace with where I'm at with it all.
Yeah. Kind of taking a moment to be like, okay, I've been experiencing a lot of scarcity, been experiencing a lot of self-worth.
Yeah.
And then it's also mixed into like remembering who you are.
Yes.
And where your power lies and like who you can connect with, who you can ask for help from. And like, that's a lot of.
It's a lot of like prayer and ritual cleansing for me as a sensitive soul.
Yeah. What are kind of the steps that you go through or that you've done specifically for self-worth and scarcity? And then I kind of want to apply that as well to connecting with your grandpa.
Yeah, I love this. Well, it's interesting, right? Because my journey's pretty unique compared to most, but like obviously my background is in the psychic and the spiritual and the astrology, but like in current day 2026 astrologer babe, not only is she running an astrology business, but she's also working full-time in the restaurant industry.
You're like, I'm doing so many things.
And that was not really where I saw myself being. And perhaps it's a moment in time, right? But it's been a few years of a moment in time that I've been physically, like called physically to work in order to make a certain amount of abundance to get myself to a place in which I'm maybe on a soul level needing to go in the future. I just can't see the full picture right now.
It's hard to not know the how.
Yeah.
It's hard to just trust and not know the how in that process.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where, like, how I'm tying it back to 2020 with the scarcity was I was refusing to step into, let's say, the matrix part of the self that needed to step up to that plate. Like, I was like, I don't need a full-time job. I'm psychic. I got this covered. I'm connected to my ancestors. Everything's fine. They're going to help me make the money.
Yeah, you're like, duh, I don't need anybody else. I have my ancestors.
Yeah, and like it sort of worked, but it was like really fucking broken. Like, and that's it. What's hilarious is on my way up here, I was telling Serenity that I received a memo because this is another rabbit hole we're gonna go down.
Yeah,
but
love it. Let's go.
I lived through the Lahaina fire, so I received some insight about, like, I was looking back at my tax returns between 2020 and 2023, and someone pointed out that maybe like 2021, I'm not sure if I filed my tax. But I'm thinking, and I think back to that moment, and that was the year that I was making hats and selling them at the farmers markets.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing social media for people, like friends. But I was doing a lot of stuff kind of like
more independently.
More independently, which is definitely the route that I wish I could be at.
Yeah.
But I had to, like, hit this bottom of, like, sleeping on people's couches, making peace with the fact that, girl, if you want to have money, you're going to have to go get it.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny. I see that here all the time where it's hard sometimes when you have your first spiritual awakening.
Oh my God, it was such a
Oh
dark.
my God.
For like 3 or 4 years, I was in that space of refusing to step up to the plate to like get myself to where I wanted
it's like
to
the
be.
balance between the two is the hardest fucking part
Oh
because
my
when you
God.
know and like if you're listening to this, you most likely have already had your spiritual awakening or about to.
Definitely.
I have a feeling that if you're watching this, you are like trying to get closer to it.
Let's just be honest. If you're tuning into Serenity or myself, frequency-wise, this will probably wake you up if you're not woke yet. But I highly doubt you're not watching this and you're not woke. So
Yeah, you're not like, what the fuck is going on? Congratulations, we love you.
Congratulations and thanks for meeting
us. I
us.
want little snaps for you.
Little snaps.
A little magic there and a little magic here.
It's like, what does the grandmother say in Cinderella?
Bippity boppity.
Oh, bippity boppity boo.
I was gonna say alakazam.
Yeah, alakazam. No, and Harry Potter too.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can input right here. Fairy sound.
Perfect.
Love it.
And you're woke.
And you're done. You're spiritual now.
You're
and it's like figuring out, because I remember when I had mine, it's actually when we reconnected is when I had my spiritual awakening.
Like,
it was definitely like
you had another layer of
I had another layer of it. I think it was maybe a year before we reconnected.
Because let's be honest, you're an extremely wise soul.
Thank you. My soul is very old. She's been through a lot. I think I was a man in my past life. That was a really ADD moment.
No, this is great. Let's just hit all the bases.
I was a man in my past life.
Past life.
By
the way,
I was a man.
Somebody asked me today, they were like, do you think you've been an astrologer in a past life? And the answer is obviously
100%.
100.
You definitely have had past lives. I love
studying the stars. Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I love when I meet
there.
people that you can tell this is their first time. Here.
Oh yeah, well.
Oh my God, like
I don't know. Do you think so? There are people that it's like their first fucking time being on Earth.
Oh yeah, I see some people and they're fucking lost.
I wonder.
They're like, what?
I wonder if it is their first time though, like,
or it's
their
700th journey and they just still haven't got it.
Are they a pure like human, or are they from another planet though?
Ooh.
This has been a discussion amongst other astrology groups.
Interesting. I've never thought about that. Maybe it's their first time from another planet, but also it may just be their
Welcome
first time.
to Earth.
Welcome to Earth, motherfucker.
You're about to get
your shit fucking
You're about to get fucking woke.
You're about to get your shit fucked up. Are you ready to evolve?
Yeah. Are you ready to rumble?
Oh my God, no, that's literally when you're first time on Earth. You're like, what? What do you
have to pay taxes? That's in a way.
What do you mean?
In a way though, I feel like there are still parts, and this could be so many things, right? It could be ascension, symptoms.
I feel like
there are parts of me that I'm like, this is
parts.
part of being human. I'm like, this is so weird.
I think it's like I believe that we volunteer to come here for this experience to evolve, to be a part of the human experience, because I believe that we don't get to experience time like this in other places or even within the universe.
Yeah,
I believe that like where our souls come from, we don't experience time the same.
That could be true.
And I just think that like we're here to learn a lot of lessons, and it's like what I was talking about before is like the balance squirrel the balance between having your first spiritual awakening and realizing I have a soul, and then realizing, well, I'm still a human. I'm still here.
You still
and
got
I still have to ascend. I still have to be in this physical realm, in this physical plane, and learn all these lessons.
Mm-hmm.
But you speaking about like, okay, I had my spiritual awakening, and I'm now resisting the human side of it. And I think it's like balancing the two. It's balancing between, okay, let's grow, but also we're on this physical fucking realm. Let's take advantage of it and like learn and grow and have these like beautiful experiences.
Yeah, for sure. And astrology and human design really points to those time frames. And it's also interesting, right? Because it's like, are we co-creating it? Anyway.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Those are my thoughts.
You're like, we are like, definitely, this is a wild episode, because I don't think, there's a lot of things that I'm saying now I've never said on this podcast ever.
She's bringing out a side of me that I don't know.
I'm bringing out a side of me that no one knows about. I'm coming clean.
This is good.
I'm coming clean, because like I definitely, when I had my my spiritual awakening was due to a podcast, I'm going to shout them out, called Spiritual Shit.
That's right, because you were saying, I apologize, we've hopped a few different subjects.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
You were talking about that first time you awoken, and I was like, bitch, that's not the first time.
Yeah, that's not the first time. Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
You're like, no, it's definitely that my soul is very old, for sure. I've been told that from the day I was born.
Yeah,
like,
how young are you now?
I'm 24.
I'm I'm beyond 10 years older than she is. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, my brother's
Carry
13
on.
years older than I am, so
Carry
like,
on.
carry on.
I think I am too. What? I'm 36. I'm
Yeah,
12 years old.
Yeah, he's 37.
Yeah, I'm 36.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And it does not feel like we have that gap at all.
No, it
like
doesn't.
does not feel like that
No,
at all.
and I for fucking say it out loud. I'm like 30.
I think that happens all the time with us. You're always like, what? You're like,
Geminis always look really young. If you're out there,
oh
I
my
will say
God,
Geminis are the fae of
love.
the zodiac.
I
We're
hope
blessed,
I
we're
say, oh my
blessed.
God, we're like those little witches
We're
that
blessed.
like we want to stay young forever. And I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
I mean, my whole family's Gemini. You should see them. They're
Oh my God.
in their 60s and they don't look it. So
I'm hoping I have my mom's genetics. But
anyway,
anyway.
you were saying
what was I saying?
you woke up. You had
oh
your
yeah, I had
awakening.
my. Oh yeah, spirit. my God.
This is what happens when you put two Geminis on a
Two
podcast.
Geminis together.
Yeah.
This is the most ADD shit I've ever
We have
experienced.
similar placements. That's why we
Yeah,
vibe
we
so
have.
much.
We both have Virgo rising. We're both
Well,
Gemini.
no, you're Virgo rising.
You're
I'm
Virgo
moon.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then I'm
but but still, I mean,
we're
it's
very similar.
Whatever.
But yeah. So my spiritual awakening happened due to listening to a podcast called Spiritual Shit. I love her podcast, and I forgot what episode it was, and I actually have it saved because sometimes when I forget who like I spiritually am
Yeah.
sometimes or like that I have a soul, I re-listen
Yeah,
to it.
you're like, let me go back and remember who the fuck I
I was
am.
like, oh my God. And this guest on, I'll like plug it in somewhere.
Yeah,
but
can you? I actually want to.
yeah, I'll plug that episode on Spotify. I'll connect it. And so that episode, it was absolutely fascinating because it was my soul, like to me, I realize and I 100% believe that we are here to experience time. And I believe that in the spiritual realm and where our spirits come from. I don't know where the fuck our spirits come from. I'm not going to say I know that.
I think, honestly, to segue really quick.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be revealed a little bit this year.
I love that. I'm ready. I'm so
Based-
ready
based
for
on
it.
our
I want to
DNA.
fucking know. I was like,
Wouldn't it be so cool?
it would be amazing.
Yeah,
to
tell
know.
us what planet I'm from.
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Where is my soul from? But I
Anyway.
don't know. I think Earth is one of the only places that we get to experience time in such a way. And I think it's so beautiful to be able to experience time, and I don't think we get to experience that anywhere else. And I think that's one of the main reasons that our souls choose to come here.
Yeah, and it could be too, like, if from what I'm gathering with like what the astrologers and people in human design are saying, like with they're talking about this next wave that we're going through in 2027. This next level of awakening.
Yeah, more people are becoming more like I'm
Right.
connecting with a lot more people recently that
They
I'm like,
call
oh hello.
right?
No, I'm like, oh my God, you're one of
Hi,
them.
who are you? You're one of us.
You're one of us.
They call it the cross of the sleeping phoenix.
Oh.
So basically, it's highly possible that what they're saying in human design and what they're saying in astrology has everything to do with shifting from time to no time. And maybe it is true. And, especially with Pluto and Aquarius, Aquarius doesn't want anything to do with time.
Yeah, no thank you.
But we've got a lot of energy. Like, it's a very Saturnian planet. Saturn rules time. So, like, yes.
Oh, I remember you reading my chart and you said Daddy
Yeah.
Saturn fucking rules my shit.
Yeah,
So-
Earth is here to put us in these constructs for that
Yes.
learning and that experience. And I love that you've turned it in a way that you love to experience the way that time has governed so far.
Yes, I absolutely love that I'm able to experience time, and I believe my soul came here to experience this in some sort of way, experience lessons. And it's like, I imagine, and the funny thing, I was listening to this episode on Spiritual Shit, and it was funny because she was explaining, she's like, oh, that makes sense why people are so impatient, because in what, like, I believe, like, where our souls are in the universe, like, everything just happens like that. Like, time is in a different, like, period.
Yeah,
and so
right.
I think it's funny to think about, okay, think about, okay, maybe if it's true that time is experienced like, and it's like that, but then we're here and we're like, why is it taking so long?
Well,
It's like,
right?
I think it's funny to think about it like that.
It's also possible that time is speeding up right now, and that's why the rapidity of the awakening is happening.
Time is
because
speeding
time
up a
is
lot.
Speeding up a little bit. Because, like, when we were younger, it felt like stretches of time.
Oh my God,
were
a day was like 3 years.
It felt like they were languid amounts of time.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, 100%. I've been talking to everybody about this, that time feels so much like a year is like 3 weeks.
Right. And it's flying in such a way now where, because that's what Pluto and Aquarius, according to the astrology, says about the experience that we're meant to have. Like we're meant to be free of time. I'm not sure if that's the ultimate thing, like if that's where we're going or not.
Maybe. I
But
don't
that's
know.
what the talk of the town is.
Yeah. I love just having these type of talks because it's just like we're just souls on this planet and we really don't know what the fuck is going on.
We really don't.
We don't, and we're here to just experience it. And I did want to connect again back to like self-worth and connecting with your grandpa, or like
Oh yeah.
what are the steps that you specifically took so that you were because I know people listening to this, they're like, okay, cool, you're talking about how you're connecting with your mom or your grandpa.
Sure.
How do I do that?
Yeah, oh, that's a really good question. So, yeah, I started to build this relationship with my grandfather where he would send me really beautiful signs from nature. So, the loudest sign that started to come to me was through the dragonfly, actually, when I first moved to Maui. And I'm sure a lot of people have connections in nature like this where they connect with a bird, things like that. But it happened so often. It was always this orange dragonfly, and it doesn't matter where I am on the island. But the orange dragonfly will follow me around. So I started to create this connection where whenever I see one, it's like, hey, grandpa, like I know, like he's watching me. But
it's like confirming that.
It is. It affirms it. But I will share a vulnerable part of the story of why that connection became so loud. On the day of the Lahaina fire, I saw 3 of them. And I saw one right before I left for the fire. When I was in the fire, I saw a giant purple one with a huge plume of smoke. I was like, what the hell is a dragonfly doing here?
You said, what are you doing here?
But literally throughout the day, like one of the most miraculous days of my life, I felt protected by spirit. Like spirit, my grandfather was there, guiding me, to help me save my life.
Yeah.
Like it was a literal representation of how spirit can help us in this realm. That was one of the major...
You're like, holy shit. Yeah, I'm sitting here like...
Yeah, my connection with spirit was pretty loud before that, where it was like I could tune into people's energy of people I'd never met before and read how they passed away or what was happening for people through tarot.
Love.
So that connection was there already, but the connection with my grandfather, like how he has helped me with my self-worth, is like, I guess I had... a few come to Jesus moments that led me to a space of picking up the bootstraps in my life, essentially, where it was like, okay, yes, I've experienced these traumas growing up through my family lineage. Yes, I've experienced these different kinds of traumas, by going out on this, let's say, hero's journey alone to Maui, leaving everything behind.
Peace out.
Yeah, bye. And then having like a really full circle moment through time. Coming back to the family in a way that's loving and forgiving, even though we always have things we're working out with our family. But then it was like, I started to make decisions through that connection of self-worth with my grandfather, where it was like, okay, this isn't what like little Joy or hippie Joy wanted to do, or hippie Jaclyn wanted to do. Yeah. But this is going to get you to where you want to go. Yeah. To feel the regality that you inherently have.
It's like, let's go.
Yeah, it's like now I feel like I've reached a spot where it's like, if you want it, go and get it. Yes. And also spirit will open the doors for you because you've taken those chances. You've put yourself in places where you're worthy of them. Yes. Because it was like, for a little while, it was like, I'm unworthy, like I'm wounded. And then now it's like, what?
It's having like, the double side of being like, we got this, let's go, like pick up your bootstraps, like let's make that money,
knowing that spirit is there for us,
and then knowing that, and knowing like I want these things, that like spirit is gonna open it up.
Spirit's gonna do it, but he's not gonna do it if you're sitting on your ass.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it for you.
In your room alone.
It's like you have to make the I'm in your room alone. You're like,
it came to that, it was like I was going
it's
through
like
that.
It's the having the balance between the two of just being like, I want this, I need to make the actions towards it, because I feel like I see that a lot in people here with the hippiness of like,
it's a big thing here.
It's a big thing here where it's like, I'm manifesting, I know spirit is here for me, and then they sit and they go, why isn't it happening? It's like you have to make the action.
Sorry if this is offensive, but it is kind of like Peter Pan Island.
No, it's definitely
like we're
oh
here,
my God.
we're here to enjoy the beauty that Maui and the Hawaiian islands have to offer.
Yeah, but you also have
But
to work
also,
for
it's
it.
like we have to be part of the community. We have to like
Yeah,
step up to the plate.
you have to
Yeah.
add to
Right.
the community here, and you need to
Exactly.
add to. You have so many people have so many things to offer, but it's like understanding that you have the power, first of all, to get whatever you want in your life. Second of all, you have the power to connect with spirit whenever you want.
Absolutely,
And it's
100%.
knowing both of those things and making those steps towards what you want.
Yeah, and it's just trusting that like your life is unfolding in perfect timing and the way that it's
Yes.
supposed to.
Oh my gosh, that's been coming up so much for me. Oh
Has it
my
really?
god, trust. Like I've
Yeah.
been seeing it everywhere that it's like trusting your timing.
Yeah, like I think again to go back to the time thing you were talking about, like we can get impatient about the manifestation timing of those divine
I'm like, why
opportunities.
isn't it happening right now?
It's like,
It's like-
I'm struggling.
and you're like, but it's like things fall into place when they're meant to.
Exactly.
And I think I've talked about this before where I imagine myself as like a bowl.
bowl?
A bowl. I'm a bowl.
You mean Barbel's basket?
I'm a bowl basket. I'm a little thing. I just imagine myself as like this golden bowl. And it's like medium size.
Mm-hmm.
And as I age and as I learn these things, things are added into my bowl, things are added in. And I'm like, ooh, I have this I really wanted. I have this, and spirit connected me with here. And I'm like growing in this way. But then it's like you look for what you want in your life, and it's like, I want this, I want that. And it's like, but is your bowl even big enough to hold that? Have you grown enough to hold the dreams that you want?
Right. Like
Like,
are you in that space of evolution?
Are you mentally like evolved enough to even handle the life that you want?
Yes, exactly. And I think the nervous system has a lot to do with it.
Yes.
It's like, is your nervous system ready to receive all those?
Yeah, because
things?
if universe just dropped it, imagine it just dropped it into your plate right now, you'd be like think
yeah,
about
it's like, what do you do with
think
that
about
expansiveness?
with when someone wins the lottery. What happens most of the time? They lose all the money.
Right, exactly.
Because they are in the scarcity of it. They're in the scarcity of like, I've never had money. And then they're like, well, I got to buy all the things that I want right now. And then they lose all of it instantly because they're not in the evolution, or they're not in the space that they can actually hold that dream.
There's another great astrologer. His name, shout out Chris Corsini. He's another amazing Gemini astrologer. He just spoke about this, how he made like millions and he almost lost it all.
Yeah.
And that was, that's relevant.
Definitely.
Very relevant.
I love that. One of the things that I really want to do is like kind of closing that out a little bit of just making, because I want people to be able to come to this episode and like have a list of things. So a list of things of like, okay, how do we get out of the worth and scarcity, and then how do we specifically connect with spirit? And so it's like, first, like with your grandpa is like seeing the signs, and I believe like what I did is like decide, I think communicating with the loved one that you've lost and deciding on the sign, or if the sign shows up to you, and like appreciating it and witnessing it and confirming it is probably step one.
I think like having that connection with my grandfather and remembering the love and support that he always offered me in the physical, like remembering those elements, but also there was something else that you touched on that was really pertinent, that grounded me into that remembrance, which was like, sorry, I lost that train of thought.
No, was it when I was like, oh, who are you without them?
Yes. So okay, yes. So
I know, I saw it in your eyes. I remember, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. So getting in touch with the physical gift of being able to know that what I was experiencing was real through that connection with spirit. And then going back to those, because I, in the past, have taught a lot about the clairvoyant gifts that we have. So there's a clairvoyant ability of clear feeling, clairsentience.
Yes.
So getting those gut hits, if you have that within you,
yes,
to get
clearing that out,
clear gut feeling about what would serve you positively when it comes to making those decisions about your self-worth.
Ooh,
that was what locked it in for me. Was like,
with your grandpa and your self-worth.
With my grandpa and my self-worth was like, okay, I know that I get this feeling when I tune in about making better choices for me as a human.
Got it. So step one would more be, well, kind of clearing it up a little bit is like, one, remembering what that connection felt like.
Yes,
What
remembering.
remembering like I feel so worthy around him. I feel so seen, and this is the specific energy, and this is the specific thing that I feel.
Yeah.
And then the 2 would be
Well, also the 2 is knowing that there is multiple ancestors, not just one.
That's true. We have a lot of them.
So it's not just, it is, that connection is an important thread
Yes.
to the truth of what exists, but there's a whole slew of beings behind us and within us that are helping us to
That are
stand in
rooting
that
for
power.
us.
Right. So I think that that's like, especially when I'm in heated moments more recently, like within even the workplace,
Yeah.
about my boundaries and self-worth, it's like I try to remember that. I
Of,
try
like,
to remember there's a whole team
I have
of beings
people
that are with
me that I am supported, that I am loved, that I
Yeah.
am worthy, that they like have my back. I've
Exactly.
had that a lot of times with my mom when I've been in like when I'm in like really scary situations,
Yeah.
like physically, that I'm like, oh, my mom would never,
Right.
never in a million. She would come. She would call. She's ashes now. She would call her out of the grave, but she would do whatever she can to protect me. There would be no
Right.
fucking way that she would let anything happen to
Well,
me.
and that's the fierceness that I think is required right now
Yes.
for that protection.
Yes, and knowing that you have ancestors that are like, I am protected, that I have the worth, that I have these things, and like knowing that you have connections that will help you
Yes.
is like definitely like number 2 of not just thinking like, say if you're listening and your mom passed away, your grandpa or whoever, and you're like, well, I only have them. And it's
Right.
like, no, you have so many people within, like, imagine their parents or, like, whoever, because, like, my mom passed away. And it's like, what about her great-great-grandparents that she had a great relationship with? Like,
Right.
they see me. They, like,
Yeah.
see me. They want to love me. They want to protect me. And it's like
Exactly.
remembering that you're not alone in those for number 2.
100%. And it's also like what I love, we were kind of talking about this earlier outside of the podcast, but like how that connection with the people we love can continue to build throughout time.
Yes.
And also, like, there are people that I believe they're setting up for us to know in order to
Yes.
get where we need to be and go in life.
100%. I
They
think
set that up.
I've been having situations with like little signs from other people, and I'm like, Mom? I'm like,
You're like,
she just
that's-
came through out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was
And it's
weird.
like they definitely, it's not, because I think sometimes when we talk about spirits or spirituality, you think of like this like ghost. You think of this like what's the word?
Tangible.
Like untangible thing. Thank you.
Intangible?
Intangible. Intangible thing
Yeah.
that you can't even grasp.
Yeah.
So it's like remembering that you have more than the person that has passed. They are also connecting you physically with people in this physical realm.
Oh, absolutely.
So then you do have something tangible.
They're sending us angels to be with us in the physical all the time.
All the time. I had a situation, I went to a sauna night, and one of my friends, is funny because same day too, I was at the doctor's, sorry, side tangent, and I was waiting in line, and they're like, oh, birthday for this one person. It was like, oh, May 17th. That's the day my mom died. And I
Oh.
was like, oh, great. I was like, it was a little kid's birthday, and I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. And then I went upstairs, and there's another person signing in. They're like, last name, and they said Penwell, which is my mom's last name.
Shut up.
And I was like, interesting.
You're
and
like-
then that night, I was at a sauna night, and I saw this like just most beautiful like rays of like pink clouds, and I was looking up, and then a giant moth started, like, it looked like a fucking bat. It was huge. Started flapping around, and I was like, does everyone else see that? I was like, what the fuck? And my friend goes, oh my god, that sunset's so pretty. It makes me think of your mom. And she like, well, I think she said something like that, and I was like, oh, look how pretty that is. And she was like, oh, I was gonna say, but I didn't want to make it sound weird because I said the moth was like my mom. And she was like, oh, as soon as I looked up at the sunset, it made me think of your mom.
See, it's like, how much more proof do you need? You had 3
Yeah.
signs in one day.
3 signs in one day, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, a moth. And then she's like, oh yeah, I saw that sunset, and it made me think of your mom instantly. And I was
right.
like, and I'm not like, I love Allison, I'm not super close with her either, but I'm like, for someone that I'm not super close with, but like close enough with to say that is just like,
that's how it works. It's like, it's supposed to be that way, where it's like they pick people to channel through.
And it's also like believing the signs when you see it. So when I see signs, I also see a lot of numerology.
Yeah.
A lot of numerology. I see those signs,
We love it.
and I always acknowledge and I say thank you. because I feel like I think about my mom sending these signs, and what if I'm missing them and she doesn't even fucking know?
No.
But it's like
they make it so you see
they
it.
make it so I see it, but I like to be like, thank you. So I acknowledge that she knows that I'm seeing
They
it.
know that you know that is the way in which you want to communicate.
Exactly. And so I'm like, thank you. And I think another part of this little list we're making is what I did with my mom is I chose a sign. So I chose.
That's what you can do.
It makes it so much easier to communicate because you're
Mhm.
like, this is what I will believe when you send it to me.
Mhm.
So I chose a giant moth, a
Mhm.
blue butterfly, and her number is 7. So I'll see 777. I give her multiple things. So
Yeah.
the first time I ever,
It happens pretty instantaneously,
It-
no?
I literally chose a
does.
sign for her. I said, I gave her those 3 signs, and literally 3 hours later,
Yeah, that's how it
I
goes.
was at the gym and I saw this moth, and I was like, but it was really tiny, and I go, can you do, I was kind of rude. I go, can you do a little bit better than
Can
that?
I have a little bit bigger?
Can I have a little bit bigger one? And I was like, I see this, but I'm like not really sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really want that like gut punch, like for sure. And so then I was in Barnes and Noble,
That's
and
so
I
funny.
saw blue butterflies fucking everywhere.
When you say in Barnes and Noble, what do you mean?
So I literally
Oh,
like
you mean like on the books?
on the books. Well,
I was like,
I've
there are
never,
just blue
there's
butterflies
just blue
inside.
butterflies, but I never, because I go to Barnes and Noble all the fucking time,
Mhm.
and literally I was like scrolling through
Book
this book,
whore.
and I was a big little whore.
Book whore.
I was a little book whore. I love my Barnes and Noble. My books. I'm like, I love my books. But I was in there, and then instantly it was like a blue fucking, just a giant one, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's cool.
And then I was checking out, and I look over, and every notebook I looked at had a blue butterfly
There you
on it.
go.
And so, yeah, making sure that you know the connection that you have with them, to knowing that there's more than just them around you. They're connecting you with physical people on this realm, they're connecting you with more of your ancestors. And 3, making sure that you are clear with your signs so it gives you an easier access to them.
Yeah, because you really set the tone.
Yeah, you set the
You
tone.
can set the tone. It's not something that you need to necessarily fear or feel like
No.
isn't going to connect.
Yeah, I
It's-
feel like that happens sometimes in the beginning when you're. Oh yeah, and then the other thing was that we kind of touched on is like when you're in that grief and you're in that heavy like mindset. It's like
Yeah.
they want to connect with you, but making sure like you're grieving. You can't fucking be on a great vibration all the time. That's not what we're saying. That's not what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm not telling you you have to be happy to
Right.
meet them. And like we talked about it a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's like I want to add to the list of like giving yourself the space to sit with them.
Yeah, well, I think the grief and the journey there, that healing process, like that's how it is meant to happen anyway.
Yes.
Like the miracles of the connectivity that we share with them, it can lead to that
Yes,
experience.
100%. And I think it's inevitable to
Yeah.
do that. And I think
It's heart opening.
it's heart opening, and I think sometimes people aren't always open to it, and I think that's sometimes why they don't experience. I haven't experienced that, and you're like, all right, geez, but I'm like, are you even open to it? Like,
Yeah.
are you open to? Are you creating that space and making sure that? I want to add one more thing. Oh,
Yeah.
4 or 5 here.
Sure.
I mean, we're not exactly on the list,
Yeah,
but
please.
like you can ask for help from them.
Oh yeah, all the time.
It's like making sure that you know that.
Asking for help and then also knowing that they can hear you when you're asking, even though you're not getting the result right away.
Ooh, time and patience. Ooh, number 5, time
Yeah,
and
no,
patience.
patience.
Time and patience.
Yeah, because there's like, look, it's like you might want the expensive doggy in the window, but maybe God would rather you meet the love of your life on that day instead. You know, it's like,
oh, that's so sweet.
it's like, I don't know. What are you?
No, that
You might not be
That's crazy
ready.
that you said that because I just saw a video and it really hit me so hard. And it was like a video of these guys, and it was like Joey, he met the love of his life, but he's poor. And it's like this other person was like has the most amazing business, is financially stable, but is sad because he's lonely.
Interesting.
And it's like
We're all at different phases.
we're all at different phases, and it's like I just want to add, it's like trusting your timing within the things that you're meant to be blessed with.
Yes, because if you weren't meant to experience what you're experiencing in the moment, it wouldn't be happening.
It wouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
So it's trusting your timing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, I love that. It makes me like,
I love that you're getting emotional about it because literally so many miracles.
There's so many
So
miracles.
many miracles.
And it's also believing, and I'm going to connect this to self-worth, that you are worth the blessings. Like,
Yes.
that you are worth the connection that you want with the person that has passed. You are worth the connection that your ancestors want with you.
Yeah, and you're right.
It's like you're worth all these
You're
things.
worthy of being surprised by spirit that things can be amazing.
A quick little
Oh,
audio
I
message
got
for you
chills.
if you are watching this. I did not want to delete this half of the podcast or the rest of this podcast episode, and it does end up getting dark here. It gives a little bit of fire camp energy. It gives a little cozy. I hope you enjoy. I'm sorry that we didn't have a good lighting for you guys, but I hope you enjoy the rest of this episode.
It's so true, though. It's like, you
is.
are worth those surprises. You are worth those blessings. And
And
it's
I
like,
think that that's what was happening, was the more that I started to connect, and I think it was like surrender. The more that I surrendered to what spirit and God, if you believe in God, or all being love.
God, it could be God, universe. This whole time we're talking,
Just
we've talked a
putting-
lot about spirit and universe. I believe spirit, universe, God, manifesting, praying is all the same thing.
just putting like that trust that there are beings that love us, the thing that created us
yes.
loves us. And so the more I surrendered to the plan, that I don't know all the plan,
I don't know. I don't have to know the how for wanting it.
I experienced exactly what I needed in ways I could never predict it. And I think that that is literally the energy of what this year and beyond is going to serve us forward.
Surrender.
Is surrendering to the miracles that are possible.
I'm going to add to the list. Number 6.
Please
That
do.
is number 6. Surrender to the blessing.
Surrender.
Because I have learned through, I'm in this like phase of manifesting where I thought manifesting was like this, like, okay, here's what I want.
Yeah.
And then and I have always been a very actionary person. I've
Yeah.
always been like, I want it, I'm going to get it.
I
Like,
feel
my
like-
mind is set.
I feel like you're a powerful manifester.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have manifested everything in my life. I have chosen, and it has come true. And it has just happened, and it's trusting the timing within it. But I feel like before, when I was manifesting, it's like, okay, I was like, I think this last like 6 months, I've just been in this like push, go, grind. And now I surrendered, and I'm going to say it off camera because I will tell you guys later, but I had
Okay.
one of the biggest blessings land in my lap this week.
No
and I was
way.
literally like absolutely shocked. It's something I've wanted for
Shut
literally since I was
I don't even know
16.
about it yet.
I was going to tell you before camera, but I'm going to tell you after. And I'm sorry to share, like, keep secrets from you guys,
We'll
but
stay
I
tuned
feel
on
like
that one.
stay tuned because I will share it with you guys, but I felt like it was really important to at least say that one of the biggest blessings I've been wanting in my life.
Girl,
and I-
congratulations for whatever that is.
Thank you for whatever that is. And I have wanted it since I was like 16. I know I'm only 24. It's not a lot of time, but it's like,
no, but come on.
but it's like trusting and surrendering. And I think the biggest thing with manifesting and connecting with your loved ones and connecting with all these things is like literally just like surrendering. You do not have to know the fucking how.
You don't need to know the how exactly.
You do not need to know how.
You don't need to know how A is going to get to the letter Z.
No, not
And
at all. It's none of, I say it's none of your fucking business. That's the universe's business, and stay out of it.
I want to like clap my wand, but
You can clap.
I'm going to clap
Clap.
my leg.
It's
That's fucking wise.
Yeah, you do not need to know the fucking how, and it's none of your fucking business.
I love that.
Like, and I think that gives like so much. Imagine, it gives so much pressure off of your shoulders. It's none of my fucking business. The universe got that.
Well,
Just
also
do your
it's
thing.
kind of like, I think it's circling back to also what we were talking about earlier with astrology and how we kind of think it's like not over, but maybe it's plateaued because it's supposed to open up into a different realm.
Yes.
Because the era, according to astrology, the era of the idol and the influencer is actually dead. Not to
Interesting.
say that it's over,
Yeah.
because I think it's going to transform with AI and tech right
Oh,
now.
100%.
But what I was saying was, I lost my train of thought.
I was totally in it, and then I lost my train of
I was
thought
like,
too.
Wait. Anyway, yeah. Long story short is, I think it's all evolving into something beyond
Yes.
our control.
And I feel like
'Cause
that's a
we-
good thing, letting the surrender happen, because it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
And also just like letting
Let's
that
change it up.
Why let's change it up. Like, why not let that extra stress go and let it up to God? Let it go to God.
Yeah,
let it go to
let
God.
go and let God, or let go and let alien.
Universe. Yeah, let alien. Let go and let universe. Let go and
Yeah.
let spirit. Let go and let God. Like, let
There's
fucking go.
there's a new layer of spirituality. I think that's
yes, and
gonna
it's
be revealed.
and not only to say it's none of your business on the how, but I feel like we've gotten our point across of like you still have to make the action.
Yeah, like maybe it is about co-creating. I think that's what the groundedness through self-worth has come to, is it's a co-creative process with the magic of knowing that there's manifestation power that's maybe not outside of us, but that's beyond our control,
Yes.
and that is part of our control.
Little snaps right
Little
there. Like,
snap,
little
like snap.
snaps. I love that. It's well said.
Thank
I
you.
was like, oh my gosh. It just feels good to know that. It feels good to know that and
Yeah.
and I think that gives you such more access to your worth.
Yes, exactly. It's like you can just be rather than do.
I haven't talked about this yet. I had a realization the other day and I wrote a poem about it.
Ooh.
And I was walking on the treadmill in the gym and I saw this hibiscus flower and it was like swaying in the wind. And the wind pushed it, it would close.
Oh.
And then the wind would let go and it would open up and like little bees were coming up and I was like, a flower does not beg to grow, bloom, or be. It is naturally supported by the universe. It grows. A flower does not beg to be seen. Bees come up to it. People go up to it and are like, experience the beauty in it. And why can't we do the same thing when we are a part of the same universe? Why can't we just be?
That's so much wisdom that you just spoke.
It really hit me hard. I was
Well,
like, whoa.
it's like, how are people guided to your podcast? How are we guided to each other, right? It's like, because we're supposed to be.
We're supposed to. And the universe is going to connect us. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's the same. If you think of a bee going up to a flower, it's the same thing with us. We're going to naturally attract who we are meant to heal us, the people that we're meant to connect with. And the ways that, because I connected like being seen as a flower, because I'm like this big thing about wanting the podcast to be seen, or people want to be seen in general. And it's like, you don't
it's an
have
important time for that.
It's amazing, but you don't have to beg for it because the universe is going to grant it to you. It doesn't sit there and be like, no flower, no one's going to look at you and no one's going to see you. And it's like, people naturally want to see the beauty in things and want to connect with those things. And why not let those things just be?
It's interesting. It's bringing up a lot of what I've been hearing in the astrology of different people who have different placements and what it brings you in your life based on those placements.
Well,
as far as beauty and manifestation.
Speaking of.
Yeah.
We have a little note over here. I'm looking over here. Astrology is not bullshit.
Astrology is real.
Astrology is real. And so I wanted to go through with you, since you are in a great knowledge of this.
Thank you, yeah.
Just what are some basics? Because we've talked, this is a very astrology-filled podcast because we have the astrology babe here. But what are some basic things? Because it's not fucking bullshit. We're not out here being like, oh my God, you're a Capricorn. What are you? So we want the realness of it. What's the real stuff about the astrology?
Well, I think for me, like what's been most real that I've been chatting about on my own podcast with regards to the realness of astrology is first and foremost, in particular, which has never hit so hard before, but this past Mercury retrograde.
Mercury is in fucking Gatorade, guys.
Has been extremely real. And I was laughing on my own podcast, Astrology Unfiltered.
Yes, Astrology Unfiltered. Go check it out.
Thank you. About the technical difficulties that I've had over this Mercury retrograde in Cancer, by the way, which is a water sign. We're very mercurial beings. We have Gemini and Virgo.
Yes.
Some people, I think, can experience different transits of Mercury retrograde differently than others based on what Mercury is retrograding in what sign.
Yes.
So I do think like this is an interesting year in astrology for us because of how much air and fire is in the sky. So there's a lot of air and fire for the first time in a while because we've had Pluto this past decade in Capricorn, which was an earth sign. We had a few different planets that were in Taurus and other earth signs versus the air and fire that we're experiencing this year because Saturn and Neptune moved into Aries.
For people that wouldn't like understand what astrology is,
yeah,
like I kind of like, you know, those books that are like this for dummies.
Yes.
I want like if you would be able to like break it down,
Sure.
just in case people don't really know.
Yeah, so to break it down, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, which are air signs.
Mm-hmm.
Uranus rules electricity, and it's in the sign of Gemini.
Got it.
So this year is a different year for Mercury retrograde because what rules the Mercury rules Gemini is being governed over by this electrical planet,
Got it. Okay.
Uranus.
Love it.
So we're feeling an intensity not only in our physical bodies, because maybe Uranus rules the nervous system
Oh yeah.
along with electricity. But this Mercury retrograde in Cancer was a particularly emotional one because it was in the sign of Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, which has a lot to do with our mothering energy, how we nurture ourselves. My voice cracked as I was saying
You
this.
said mother.
Our mother.
Our mother.
But for me, being a Gemini, I've never experienced more technical difficulties this transit.
Yes.
And it was so laughable because I'd be like setting up my own podcast, and like my producer John was on the other side Skyping me, trying to set it up with me, and he's laughing at me as I'm literally struggling. And my Virgo moon, I'm over here like trying to get everything right, you know.
I
everything's
relate
all
to
set.
this so strongly.
And I'm
oh
like,
my
bro,
God.
and literally I feel like a chicken with its head cut off, like
Yes.
scrambling to get my shit together. But so, and I have friends that I can connect you to that have known me over the years.
Yeah.
That laugh when I tell them I'm having technical difficulty, because they're like, you always have technical difficulty. And
they're like, yeah,
I do think that like frequency is a thing. The upgrades we're experiencing energetically on the planet are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, your natal chart, our physical avatars that are associated with the birth chart, the day that you were born
Mm-hmm.
in astrology, has everything to do with the physical manifestation of who we are in the body and the mind and the heart and spirit of the higher self, and what your spirit is experiencing in this time.
It's like a blueprint for your
For
fucking
sure.
life. When I realized that, I was like, oh my gosh. And it also, once you start looking into it, it's like, whoa, look at all the fucking opportunity I have based off of it.
Sure. And it can be that and beyond, because when you look to, like, because the ancients in Vedic and beyond that, Nostradamus in the 1500s, who first studied the stars, astronomy, all of those things, we're starting to notice the synchronicity associated with planetary bodies, math, and the stars. And so when you look to Vedic astrology is actually even maybe more accurate than the tropical astrology we have going on. But I haven't gotten there yet. Like, I still feel like Placidus, tropical, the westernized astrology we use, sometimes whole sign, which this is all jargon for people who are out there and are just hearing this for the first time about astrology. But what is out there and what is being read by us through the chart is so real. Like, it feels like I'm looking at myself in the mirror.
When I first started looking at it, I was like, holy shit. And another, you think about when you're talking kind of like the history on it a little bit, is like, if you look into like kings and queens, they used astrologers to get fucking rich.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
I have no doubt that the kings and queens in England have been using astrologers, and the Masons.
Yeah, you look back in history and you actually look back farther, it's like they used astrologers. They used stars to fucking go places.
It's in the buildings. It's in the architecture around the globe. The zodiac. It's in every religion, every rule book.
Yep.
It's all there.
And it's like, so astrology is not fucking bullshit.
The symbolism is everywhere.
It's everywhere. So for someone that's like just getting interested in astrology, what kind of direction would you point them in?
Well, actually, there's a book that I pointed you to.
Yes.
That's an amazing book.
I started reading it.
I think it's called something along the lines of The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need.
Yes, I think it's that. I'll link it down below. So I'll link a bunch of stuff that we talked about, so you guys have it all in the notes.
It's an extremely informative basic textbook that I actually came across when I was in my early teens. That was the first book that my mom, or one of the first books my mom had. She also had some really old school natal, like, birth date astrology horoscope books. Yeah, they were great. That piqued my interest as a young astrologer. But yeah, that is a good starting place. And then also, like, just really getting familiar with people who have studied astrology for longer than maybe the past 5 years.
That's a really good.
There are astrologers, don't get me wrong, there are a few astrologers actually. Evan Nathaniel Grimm, who
Okay.
I know is from New York, he and I have connected in the past personally in LA. We've hung out together before because he's just such a real guy, but he is a more recent rise to astrology person who is extremely knowledgeable, actually.
Yes.
That would be the maybe one or two exceptions as far as astrologers that have only become astrologers within like maybe the past
That's good to know,
5
because
to
I
7
think
years.
about like psychics and stuff, and people during grieving time will go to a psychic and they'll get taken advantage of or whatever it is, and it's
Yeah.
like making sure like you look into it and
Yeah, like David Lawrence Palmer is another one, the Leo
Mm-hmm.
King. He's been a historical astrologer for forever, like over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And I follow him pretty astutely as a student and a teacher, and
Yeah.
he would be one I would also really recommend as somebody that you could trust with that knowledge.
Ooh, I love that. We love trustworthy people.
Yeah, we can put our faith in people that are well studied.
Yes. And so
Of their
then you're
craft.
actually getting like the facts instead of being like, oh, I don't know if this is real. Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, like sometimes it can get a little too gimmicky, which does make me cringe and makes a lot of astrologers who are passionate about the craft. Like I remember in 2017 I was writing about astrology and I was channeling it before
Yeah.
I like fully understood it. So it's like it has to be something really innate that you're here for, and you're not
Yes.
here to like perform. But Leo season now,
Ooh,
Jupiter's
Leo
in
season's
Leo.
here.
A lot of people are wanting to perform for that it factor, which is totally okay too in a way.
Yeah. But it's also just like being authentic.
Being authentic is probably
is
a
the
better
biggest
choice.
Yeah, being authentic, and because then you're gonna find like the truth. You're gonna
Right.
find what you're looking for.
And if it's both, I mean, that's awesome too.
That's awesome.
If
too.
it's
Yeah.
authenticity and talent.
And
it's
talent,
like,
yeah. If it's both, it's wrapped in. But you
Yeah.
just want to, if you're interested in those things, that's where to start. And if you have never really looked into astrology and you're still here, I feel like it's a great start is to like go, what website or where would you go to type in your like birthday and stuff to know what your signs are?
Astro.com is a great website. It's like one of the official astrology websites.
Oh, love.
Astro.com, very informative. You can get really deep into different kinds of astrology. That one is a little bit less descriptive of how to learn, and it's more like it'll give you proper charts to calculate.
Oh, that's good.
Other things that help me to learn other websites would be Cafe Astrology.
Oh,
Is a
cute.
great
Love.
website.
Yeah.
Gives a little bit more of a description as far as like stars or planets, reading about aspects for horoscopes
okay.
or astrology. That can be really helpful. And then I'm thinking out loud, like what else really helped me? Playing with apps, actually. There's a great app, the first app that I ever used that helped me with learning astrology, Astro Future.
Astro Future.
It is
We're
a
shouting them out.
Yeah. It's a colorful app that actually gives like tiny descriptions to learn about your personal placements in your natal chart.
Fun. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, and it's accurate. It's not like some crap like
Yeah.
a few apps that are out there.
But
But,
well, it's true. Not everyone's gonna have great abs, and not everyone's gonna
Yeah.
be great, and not everyone's gonna be great at everything. That's just how it is.
Yes. And then now, like working as an actual astrologer and like diving deep on my own personal analysis of the charts, I use something called Astro Gold,
Got it.
which is a perfect app to use for if you want to do professional readings.
Love.
It gives you like really professional settings and things that you can dabble with to be able to present and work in that way. And I was giving readings using that for a long time. I still
Fun.
do that.
And also, I feel like tuning into your podcast.
Oh, thank you. Yes, yes.
Tune into
Please tune into my podcast. It's called Astrology Unfiltered.
Astrology Unfiltered. I'm gonna tag it below. Go watch it.
It streams through YouTube and also through Humankind, which is an awesome production company. Shout out John through Sedona, Arizona.
Love.
They stream
Love,
it
love, love.
straight out of Sedona, Arizona.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
It's
I love.
so fun.
I every time I'm with her, I just want to like learn more. Always, I'm like, can you look at my chart? What am I doing? What's going on?
What's
Oh,
happening?
like, oh, and we should do another episode on like human design and like specifically psychic abilities.
We could, yes. Let's dive deep on all those things.
Because I feel like we dove pretty deep, but
we did.
I do want to start closing out here. But
It's getting a little dark out here.
it's getting a
little
little
witchy.
It's getting a little witchy. Hopefully, you guys are still here and it's not too dark. But we're ending the episode, but you guys know there is a new part of this podcast, and it's called Community Chapters. It is a place for us to connect. It is an outlet for you to share the great things, to share a negative thing, maybe grief, something that you are not able to share with other people. This is a place for you to connect. I'm assuming Lou's over there.
Your cat scared the shit out of me.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
oh my god.
I thought it was Lou. I was like, what's going on?
It's your cat.
But we are going to read. So I'm bringing my computer over here. I got today's community chapter off of Reddit. So until you guys start writing in, we are using anonymous community chapters from Reddit, and these are anonymous. I didn't use their names or anything. And also, for you to write in your community chapter, you can email me at thetraumaflavorchapters@gmail.com.
Oh, I love that.
And you can DM me on Instagram. But if you do not want it shared on the podcast, please put it at the beginning of your email. If you just want to chat with me and share what's going on in your chapter of life, let me know. Or also, if you want it on the podcast, put it right up above and let me know if you want your name shouted out or not.
I love this.
So be clear, because I don't want to be like, so freaking Casey
This
said this,
is
and then you're like,
happening.
why did you share that? So today's community chapter, let's see. Okay, this one's a fun one. Last week's was a little heavy, so we're going a little fun today.
Let's go fun.
So community chapter, just wanted a donut and accidentally lived a whole life. I got home today after running errands all day and took my dog out to the bathroom. I was exhausted and decided to walk across the street to grab a donut because honestly, I earned it. The crosswalk timer still had time, so I started walking. Out of nowhere, a white car turning right on a red hits me.
Oh god.
I literally land on the hood.
Oh my god.
My dog is fine. Hero of the story. I'm fine, but by the time I picked up my dog and looked back, the car is gone.
Oh my god.
I still go get my donut because at this point, the universe owed me one. And so, as I'm leaving the parking lot, a lady pulls up next to me and asks if I'm single.
Oh.
I am not. I'm in a relationship with a man. Politely decline, donut in hand,
Oh my god.
dignity somewhere under the car's tire, and go play video games. Did not tell my SO because I'm technically not supposed to be eating donuts.
Oh, nice.
Lived a full life in 10 minutes.
That's insane. That's too much.
I
That sounds like my life.
You're like, I really was just wanted a donut.
I'm like,
and
all of a sudden this guy came out of left field and he like hit my windshield.
it hit,
he
hit
just
me.
mad?
Yeah, and he was mad. And then you're like, what the
Yeah,
hell? And you're like,
bro.
I just earned a donut, but I didn't want to tell my significant other because I'm not supposed to be eating donuts.
Now I
You
want a
don't even-
donut.
You don't even tell your significant other you got
Yeah,
hit
I'm
by
like,
a
wait.
car.
Yeah, like apparently that relationship isn't that strong, bro.
Yeah, you're like, well, you're not supposed to be eating donuts. So you're like, why? Hey, why are you limping? No reason.
No reason.
No
Not
reason.
because I left to go get a donut. I got hit by a car.
The dog knows all the
uni-
fucking secrets.
And the universe is like, take her out. She's trying to buy a donut.
Take her out. She does not need that donut. And she's like, honestly, kind of owed me.
Yeah, actually, I deserve this donut.
Deserve that donut. So
That's
that was
so funny.
a little bit of community chapters this week. Last week was, what was it? It was My Family Doesn't Know I'm Dying.
Oh my god.
So we have all spectrums here. So write in your community chapters. This was a fun one. I'm like, yeah, that girl fucking earned her fucking donut.
I live for donuts.
I live for donuts.
I need a donut.
Oh, we should go get a donut.
We're gonna go and get some food.
We're gonna get
actually.
some fucking donuts. Oh, we should find donuts and food.
Can we find donuts tonight?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my
I'll
God.
find a fucking.
Okay,
donut.
we're gonna go find a
We're
fucking
gonna
donut.
We're gonna find a fucking donut. So that was our community chapters. Write in, email. I want to hear from you. I want to connect. I don't want this to be a one-sided conversation. I want to hear what's going on with you. But also, it is Flavor Club. Flavor Club. Flavor Club. It is Flavor Club. So what is Flavor Club if you've never heard of it before?
What is Flavor Club?
Flavor Club is the comment section down below,
Oh.
or you can DM me. It is putting your feelings into flavor form.
She's the flavor of the week.
Ooh, oh, I like that. We want a
Mm.
little but it's just putting whatever you're feeling. It could be any flavor. Last week I was shake and bake, which if you don't know,
Oh,
what
you get creative.
yeah, and then Cassie last week was Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh, intrigue.
So whatever you are feeling in this moment, comment down below, and this is another way for us to connect. Please connect with me. So yeah, what's your flavor?
I'm a fluffy glazed donut right now.
Ooh, a fluffy glazed donut. Like just
I'm a-
like a clear
Like
glaze?
just clear. Like ooh, what the fuck is the donut place called?
Krispy Kreme.
I'm a Krispy Kreme donut right now.
Ooh.
Are they open? Are we
I
going
think
to,
so.
Are we going to Krispy Kreme?
We can. We could take a fucking drive there. They are open. I think they're open till 10.
We're gonna go get Krispy Kreme
We're
donuts
gonna
for
get
dinner.
donuts. We're gonna get fucking donuts. I love living
Yes.
like a teenager.
I do too. I
love
live
being
for
like-
it.
We
I
did-
mean, we could get like food and donuts. We could get both.
no, we only get donuts.
No, we only get donuts. Okay, never mind.
We only
Scratch
get one option. Okay,
No, she's right,
We still
she's
have to be
right.
like an adult about it. You know, we have to eat just donuts.
She's right.
Or-
We're going
I'm-
to get donuts.
Duh. Donuts. What is my flavor? I feel like this conversation like opened my brain, and I was able to like. I definitely had a few channeling moments, which I don't always get.
Yeah,
and
you were great.
I loved it.
It was really good.
Well, it's because of you. What am I? I feel like I am something like acidic almost,
Oh,
or like
Okay.
maybe a little fruity or like zesty.
Ooh.
Oh my god! Last time I said I was a grapefruit on a, so I had a different episode, and you guys will see. I said grapefruit. I was not thinking. It was not. I totally just
That wasn't what you wanted.
No, I was a pomegranate.
Oh.
I was describing. It was funny because I was like describing it, and I was like, and I listened back to it, and I was like, that's not even what a fucking
Yeah, you're like
grapefruit is like.
you're like that's
So-
not what I. So people were listening. They were like, "That's a weird way to
That's
describe
a weird
grapefruit."
way to describe that. But I am a pomegranate
shit, it's raining.
because of the pits and like the depth of it, and I feel like it gives just like this fun, like I don't know, it's like kind of psychedelic to look at. So that's kind of
pomegranate?
pomegranate.
Yeah, it's psychedelic.
So it is
I want
raining
one- I
really
want that
loud.
too. Yeah, I think this means
I think we're done.
We're done.
Hopefully we're good for lighting and everything. But I hope
Yeah.
you guys love this episode. We will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you
and
so much.
Go watch your podcast, and I will link everything down below for Jaclyn. So we
Thanks,
love
you guys. Love you.
Bye.